subscribers. Thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, all that great stuff. Click the bell so that you can get all of the notification. If you've been rocking out with me, you know that this is episode 5. If not, hey, no worries. Go back, watch those videos, but rock out with me right now as we go over He's Lying Sis by Stephan Labossiere. I've been going over this book since Saturday, since doing a special thing with my single ladies. You've been near and dear to my heart, and I wanted to get some good content for you so that we can kind of go through this book as well as promote this man's amazing book so that you can invest into yourself. I can't give you the whole book. The author in me will not allow me to give you the entire book, okay? So you got to go invest in yourself. You can get it on Amazon. You can also get the audio if you are not a reader. So go check him out. Amazing book, but we're going to deep dive. I'm going to give you my version of what I got. You know I'm going to give you the Tonya Harden Holy Hood version of this book, right? So rock out with me. Get your pen and piece of paper, and let's rock out together. Just in case if you don't know me, my name is Tonya Harden, aka Pastor T. My goal is to help women in all walks of life to be able to remind them to see themselves through God's eyes. I'm here to help pastor wives, ladies in ministry, women, just period, anybody just that don't mind listening and being poured into and being equipped and empowered to go to the next level. So here we are. Let's get started. Let's dive in. So one of the chapters that I'm going to be talking about today, I'm going to try to squeeze 2 into 1. This is going to be the last video. So I'm going to try to give you everything in one big whop. But one of the chapters he talked about was he won't let you go, but that doesn't mean he loves you. He won't let you go, but that doesn't mean he loves you. There's some quick nuggets that I want to talk about with this part because I want to get to the next chapter ASAP. So here's the deal. When he talked about this, I want to remind that woman that says, you know, well, he loves me though, but he's angry. He loves me though, but you know, he's disrespectful. He loves me though, and he breaks up with me and he come back to me and he break up with me and he come back to me and he break up and he call, pleading, begging for me to come back. Maybe that's you. You know, we've all been there before. I always say, I am you, you are me. We've been there before where, you know, he's disrespected and then it's like he comes back and he's apologizing because he's sorry, because he didn't mean it, because of whatever the case may be. I know it was years ago, but the game is the same. It does not change. For those that don't know, I've been married for 20 years, but I still wanted to get this book for right now in 2021 so that I can encourage you and to remind you that the game ain't changed. After reading this book, I found out it's still the same. It don't change. So when you find out that he's disrespecting you and he's calling you out your name, and then he comes back 2 weeks later and he's blowing up your phone, he's blowing up your text, he's blowing up your inbox, he's blowing up your Facebook, whatever the case may be. Maybe you're there and you're just like, I keep going back to him because he ended up being nice for like a month or two, but then the cycle repeats. And there's some things that he talked about, and I want to give you really, really quick, was that it's easy for a man to chase lust than for a man to chase love. So maybe he's lusting after you. Maybe you're a bad girl. Hey, that may be your story. Or he's just lusting after the game that are being played. He loved the manipulation of the game. He loves the conquering of you, knowing that, okay, I got her where I want her. He talks about it in that chapter, how, okay, I got her where I want her. Now all I have to do is just go back and just give her a couple of words, and I can call her 3, 4, 5 times, and I'm going to get on her nerves when I call. I already know that, but I'm going to keep calling, and once she pick up, okay, got her. Or I'm going to show up at her house, and I'm going to show up, and I'm going to show up, and it's like, it's the chase for him. It's the chase of lust and not the chase of love. So he's not doing it because he loves you. He's just doing it because he liked the lust, or he liked the fact that it's like a game to him. And he always, I keep hearing the song in my head. Why do I chase the cat? I don't know. But anyway, maybe he's just chasing after you. Or it's an unhealthy chase. Or maybe he's mean and he's like I said, disrespectful, or he's hitting you. Whatever the case may be, he's loving the fact that you keep coming back, that he know he gonna get you back. Not only that, another thing he said, don't get caught up in the cycle of the chase. Don't get caught up in the cycle of the chase, of him chasing behind you, of him coming behind you. But we gotta understand, if I don't, and on a serious note, we gotta know that hitting is not loving you. If he was to hit you, he doesn't love you. That's not love. That's not what love looked like. That's not what God created love to be. God is such a gentleman, and he would never push himself upon you. Come here. Even for you to be saved, even to that person, oh, hear me in the Holy Ghost, even to that person that's not saved and don't even know God, God is not going to force himself on you to be saved, because he's a gentleman. So guess what? If God is a gentleman, we should believe. I'm going to just say that. We should believe that if he's a gentleman, he's expecting that for his man that he created to be a gentleman. So hitting is not. No. And if you're going through that, please inbox me, or please call someone, or please connect with someone, because that is crucial to experience that. So sis, for him to hurt you does not mean that he loves you. Please hear me when I say, for a man to hit you does not mean that he loves you, okay? But with that said, one of the things that he said in his book, Stephen said this, he said, for a man to want to put a temporary smile on your face, a temporary smile on your face is a man that's just trying to chase you and trying to manipulate you so that you won't go to nobody else. They only want to keep that smile on your face for 2-3 months. You know, they're going to keep, loving on you and doing everything that you want them to do. And then all of a sudden they're disrespecting you again. They're lying. They're doing whatever they're doing, but they only want to keep a temporary smile on your face. And I come to tell you, been married with my husband for 20 years, have our ups and downs. Marriages work. Go back and watch one of my videos called Marriage Matters here on my YouTube page, shameless plug. But even though it takes work, one of the things I got to give him is that he's always trying to keep a smile on my face. And when there's no smile on my face, he gets discouraged, not discouraged, but he wants to keep that. He wants to try to put a smile on my face. And when he doesn't, it just does something to him. It should do something to your husband. To your man, or to the guy that you're with. It should do something to him when he doesn't see that smile on your face. It should make him feel like he just disappointed you. That's the word I was looking for. That he disappointed you because he didn't. A man should never want to disappoint the woman that he loves. He should want to try to put a smile on his face, knowing that he's not God and he cannot do it all the time. That's just not normal, but he should try to keep that smile on your face and not have it temporarily. So there's some things that I got out of this chapter that really, really changed my life. And I want to share these points with you so that I could go to the next chapter really, really quick. Is that stop the cycle. That's what he talked about. The importance of stopping the cycle of him coming back, leaving, or, he don't want to let you go. He's going to keep you and keep you from dating other people. Stop the cycle by, number one, your block game got to be strong. Block game ministry got to be on point, meaning you need to block him from your phone. If he shows up, the second thing is don't entertain the conversation. Don't entertain it. Don't give it energy. Don't engage in it. Don't argue. He talks about that. Don't argue. It's not even worth your time. As I've been saying, man, we're too old for this. It's not even worth your time. You have more things to do, okay? The third thing is don't argue. The fourth thing is if he can have a come to Jesus moment. People can change. Me and my husband first got together. I told you I didn't marry him in the beginning, but I ended up marrying him because I saw that he was attempting. He wanted to try. He was trying to change, and it was areas that he was really, really trying in. So there's something that God could really tap on the heart of this man. He could really, really transform him, transition him, change his thoughts about himself. That's the kind of God we serve. God can do it. So if you believe that God can do it, and you will know the energy of this person, you will know the attitude of this person, you will know if this cycle is repeating after 2 months, you will know. And if you don't, pray and ask God for discernment, God to show me. Can you show me and reveal to me if this ain't right? I'm telling you, I done talked to so many women, either they had a dream about something he did, or they got an uncomfortable feeling, or they accidentally picked up the phone and saw some numbers in there. Come on, don't act like we've all been there before. I am you, you are me. We've all been there before to where these things have happened. So here's the deal. Remember to make sure, this is the last thing I want to talk about in this chapter, and he talked about this, and I got to talk about it, that your block game got to be strong. You got to be able to block them on your phone and on social media. Woo, But here's the part about blocking him on social media. Listen. Oh, I hope don't nobody come after me. Don't do that. Love me afterwards, okay? Love Stephan too, because it came from him. Stephan said this. He said, block him on social media. Don't go back lurking, because you can unfollow. You know, your unfollow game could be good. But when you block, you can't see, or he can't see what you're doing. And don't go back. Don't go back looking. That's torture. You don't want to do that to yourself, to where you're going back and getting back into those feelings. Don't do that. Block him. Let it be done and let it be finished. And he also told you how you could do it. You could tell them, look, I'm done with you. This is over. I'm blocking you from my phone, and everything else don't show up. I'm not giving you my energy no more. You already gave him a warning. Go ahead. Make the block game strong. All right. Second part to this that I'm going to do. Here we go. This is the juicy. I could not stop my videos without doing this chapter right here. I get so many inboxes, so many emails about this chapter. And thank you, Stephan, for doing this chapter from a man's point of view and not a woman's point of view. I thank you so much. So, and I'm going to have to read a lot of this so y'all won't think that I'm going to get in my feelings, because I am a married woman and I don't want you to think that I'm getting caught up on me, okay? So I'm going to read some stuff that he says. Come on here, glory. And it says, he says he's separating from his wife. I'm having hair issues. He's separated from his wife and getting a divorce. He said that he's separating from his wife and getting a divorce. I'm going to give you two different girls that he talk about. He talk about one girl, which is, her name is Andrea. These are people that he probably talked to. I'm not for sure. But I love how he gives a scenario of what these girls experience. So Andrea was with this guy, and while she's with this guy, I can't give you all of, I'm gonna give you enough. So Andrea's with this guy, and while she's with this guy, the guy told her, you know, he's separated and he's in the process of getting divorced. Don't judge Andrea. Don't judge anybody. I'm gonna tell you that from get-go. Don't judge what you don't understand. If you've never been there, if you've never been with a married man, don't judge it. And he talks about that in his book. Don't judge when you've never been there. You don't know what situation, or don't ever say that you won't ever be that woman. You never know who. I remember dating a guy. I had a feeling that he may have been with somebody else. I wasn't for sure. And because I only saw him on certain days, and he would show up, but he would always come there, and he would hurry up and leave before dark. And I was like, what is up with this guy? Found out later, remember, you pray, you ask the Lord, what is this? What is going on? Found out later that he was married. And that's why he couldn't spend that much time with me, because he was married. So Andrea was in a different situation. So you got, okay, let me give you Andrea and them. So don't say what you won't do, because I said I would never marry. I would never be with a married man, because I don't want to go through nothing in my marriage. But I didn't know that I was talking to this guy. And remind you, I was like, we were together for a minute. So it was just like, this dude was paying some of my bills. You know what I'm saying? He was helping out. So it was just like, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on? You married and you paying my bills? Whoo, should I not? You know, you just never know if you've never been there. So don't do that if you never know. Now, of course, for me, I stopped, because anyway, you'll find out later. So Andrea, she was with this guy. And while she was with this guy, she's talking to this guy. And he's telling her he's married, but they've been separated for 2 years. So her and this guy have been together for 2 years. The divorce had never happened. And so one of the things he talks about in this book, he says that, you know, this particular person may have really had a legitimate reason, because financially, you know, it may have been because of his finances that he was not able to get the divorce, you know. But a man that really wants you, and okay, let me read it, because I don't want nobody to say. Let me read this to you, okay? This is after Andrea told him, you know, him and the guy had been together. They were together for 2 years. They had been together, and, you know, she wanted his advice. He said, well, Andrea, I started off by making the obvious very clear. If he's separated, then he's still married. Okay, please understand something here. If you desire to be married one day, then you always need to respect other people's marriages. You can't afford to go around trying to play the technical game with other people's relationship, because you're caught up in what you want at that moment. I get it. Divorce can be tricky and it can take a long time. It can be dragged out. He also says, however, if he still has what he's looking for on the side with you, then he has no reason to pick up the pace and get the deal done quicker. People will let divorce drag on as long as you allow them to. If they're getting their needs met, why rush? Why put himself through the extra turmoil, the trouble, the hassle? He can just let things drag on. He can do his thing. And okay, I'm gonna stop. Yeah. In other words, he's letting Andrea know, look, separation does not mean that they are no longer, that they're divorced. Separation means that they're still married. They're still together. I would encourage any woman out there, if you're talking to a man that is separated, and Stephen said it, if you're talking to them, you don't want, the reason why I stopped talking to the dude, now it took me a couple of weeks because I realized, I said, Lord, I want to be married one day and I don't need these issues to walk into my marriage, because I'm reminded of the scripture that said you reap what you sow, and I refuse to be that other chick in the marriage where my husband is out here cheating with somebody else. No, I'm not going to be the other chick or the side chick or the whatever. I decide not to. And here's the deal. He says the same thing here, as well as they may be dragging their feet because of the simple fact that, hey, why I got to go and push it when I got everything I need here? So I want to encourage you, if you're talking to a married guy, try to cut ties. But here's the thing. I know you may be caught up in it, and you may love him and you're in love with him. And he did say he was going to leave his wife, and he did say he was going to make that happen. You know, he said he was going to let go. And here's the thing. There's no judge zone on here, because your feelings are real and what you feel is real. Okay. He talks about the danger. There's a part in here where he talks about the danger of being with a married man, because it's not just about the married man. You know, both are at fault. And he talks about that. Both couples are the woman and the man. Most people get mad at the side lady, but they don't realize that both played a part in this. And here's the thing, when it comes down to that, you got to realize that even in that separation, while they're in the midst of being separated, you don't know what's going to go down at the courthouse. You don't know what's going to go down before. You don't know how they're going to get back together. You don't know the years that they've spent together that have been life-changing. You have no idea the bond that they have. Do you not? Let me tell you, from a married woman perspective, there's everything. Brace yourself. There's everything I know about my husband. We've been married for 20 years, so I know him from the Rudy to the Tootie. I know everything about him from inside and out. Now you picture him going and separating from me, and we get mad at each other and we upset, and all of a sudden we upset. You don't know the fire that's between us that's going to connect us together, or our children that's going to connect us together. You have no idea. It might not just be, and he talks about this in the book, it might not just be them showing up to the court. They may realize, okay, we got too much money invested in this. We got too many years and we back together. And now, sis, the danger is that your feelings are in it. Now your feelings are thrown to the curve. Now you're thrown to the curve, or y'all living together and he's separated, and now he tell you to get out, and now you literally out on the street because she moving back or she coming back or whatever the case may be. Or he leaving and going with her. Whatever the case may be, he will drop you like a bad habit. And now the danger is you're left and you're stuck out, and you're still a wounded woman. You're still a hurt woman at the end of the day. And my heart goes to you, sis. Listen, you don't want to end up in that situation, because no matter what, even though he's separated, he's still married. He says it in the book. Okay, the other thing we want to talk about is that even though Andrea, and in the long run, the thing that happened with Andrea in this book was that Andrea ended up without him. He got divorced. He went through the divorce process. While going through the divorce process, check this out. While going through the divorce process, he ended up saying, you know what, I don't want to be with you. I just need to find myself. After she done been with him, waiting on him. That's another danger of this, is that you be with him and now he do decide to leave his wife and he no longer want to be with his wife. He need time to heal, especially if they've been married a long time. He need time to find himself. All he know is himself with, all my husband know is himself with me. All he know right now is me with him. All I know is myself with him. And so I'm going to need time to heal if we decide to get a divorce. And I go my separate, he go his separate, before we get with anybody. Because if not, I'm going to look for you to be like her or him. Hello, somebody. Amen. Walls and lights. Yes. They need time to heal. So this man decided that he was going to leave her. And he was really going to leave his wife. That was a true one. But next thing he talk about is when the one that lied. Come here. The one that lied and said, and guess whose name it is? Jesus on the main line. Her name was Tonya. I almost took off. I just hollered. Like, really? So Tonya was in a situation where she was not me, okay? Let that be known. It was not me, but it was the girl in this book. So Tonya was in a situation where she was with this married man, and the married man was like, I'm gonna leave my wife. I'm not gonna be with anybody. So she got pregnant by him. She found out he had other women. So she ended up getting pregnant by him, thinking that the pregnancy was gonna keep him there, and then realized that he was this guy that was running around and doing all these things. So she found out later that he was just lying. He was lying the whole time. He did not want to be with her. He decided that he was gonna go back to his wife. Well, don't know if the wife really knew. Stephen didn't really talk about that. He said he wasn't for sure if the wife found out, if the wife ended up leaving. But here's the deal. There are some men out there that will lie and tell you that they're going to leave their wife and they're not going to be with their wife. But the whole time, you ain't just the wife, and you are not the only ones. It's more women out there because he just doesn't know his identity and who he is. But here's the deal that I want to leave today when it comes to talking about this is that you got to be willing. If this man says that he's going to get a divorce, give him time to heal. Let him know, look, you're cute. You all, I think you're very, very cute. And Stephen talks about this, but I'm giving y'all my perspective, okay? From woman to woman. Let's have a woman to woman real talk right now. Listen, if I'm going to get with you, I need you to go heal. Get your divorce, but I need proof, a paper of your divorce. That's one of the things I need. But then I need you to go heal because I don't want you to later regret. You got to go through the grieving process. Grief is not just death. Grief is also when you're doing something that's totally different than what you're used to. So I need you to go grieve properly and go get the proper counseling or whatever you need so that you can heal. And if you decide you want to come back, not that I'm going to be back here waiting, but maybe we could try then. So go get clarity. After you get clarity, then you bring me the proof. Once you come back and you say, I got clarity, girl, I want you. You the girl I want to be. Okay, I need proof. Show me the papers where both of y'all sign. Hello, that's from woman to woman. Hear me. I need the papers that you are divorced. Not only do I need the papers that you are divorced, but I need you to make sure that this is what you really want. Have clarity on what you want. And I'm going to tell you what I want going forward. Because if I find out, come here. Oh, hear me today. My earrings messing up on me. Look, if I find out, that this was the process, you got to be clear. You got to be clear to him and letting him know what you want. So there's some things that I want to leave with you today, and I'm going to leave from his book. So that way it's not coming from me. These are the things from a woman's point of view, but this is from his point of view. He said, you must, number one, be honest with yourself. If you're married, if you're with this married man and you're in love with him and you don't want to leave him, vice versa, and this goes for man or woman, either way. If you're married and you say, I don't want to leave him, I'm too in love with him, be honest with yourself. Be honest. Even if the situation starts off casual, you're not emotionally invested, you can still find yourself caught up in the end. Be honest with yourself. This man is married. This woman is married. He also says, bottom line, he's still married, which means he's not available. You have no idea if he's really going to get a divorce, and you don't need to be hanging around waiting to see either. Whether real feelings are involved or not, respect his marriage. He said it, not me. Respect his marriage. Be honest with yourself. And girl, you bigger than that. First of all, you deserve to be the only woman that he's with. The next thing he talks about, he said, however, I also seen tons of situations where a guy will feed the new woman all kinds of false information to gain sympathy. Oh, I love this. To gain sympathy and paint this pattern as partner. In other words, paint his wife as a wicked woman, a wicked witch, when that isn't exactly how it went down. You, as the other woman in the situation, start to believe the hype, and you start to develop a hatred or anger or saltiness towards his wife. And this is what he says. Bottom line, she didn't do anything to you. She doesn't owe you anything either because she's the wife. Respect, number 2, respect her position. Baby. Stephen, you said it best. Respect her position. Whether she's right, if she's the right wife or if she's the wrong wife, she's still the current wife. You must ask yourself, how would I want to be treated if I were in the same situation? If nothing else, you would want to be respected in the situation, period. Show respect for her because honestly, you don't know her and it's not your place to judge her. Just like it's not our place to judge you. Come here. Number 1, be honest. Number 2, respect her position. She earned it. I promise you. You have no idea. There's 2 sides to every story. You never know what goes on behind closed doors. You hear me? You never know what goes on behind closed doors. Women need to be reminded of their worth and supported emotionally, not judged. This is not a judge zone. I'm telling you, everybody probably watching me probably being where you are. I promise you. Unknowingly and knowingly, they may have been where you are. But we all got to know our worth. That's why my vision, my goal, I'm the founder of Women of Destiny. And my vision and goal is for women to see themselves through God's eyes and not people. Why God's eyes? Because people will see you through other people's lens when they can't even, and they'll start judging you because of what she said, he said, they said, whatever. But the only person that doesn't judge you, because people are fickle. I don't care who they are. They'll love you one minute and hate you the next. But one thing about God, his love for you never changes. Oh, hallelujah. I felt that. Yeah, his love for you will never change. But people may change, but God's love don't ever change. So don't judge what you don't understand. I learned that from my bishop. Don't judge what you don't understand. Stop looking at people. This is for that person that's looking. Stop looking at people through other people's eye lens. That's their experience, not yours. But don't judge. Okay, don't judge. You're worth more than accepting an infidelity position as a side chick. You're better than that. You deserve more. Hear me. And again, if he separates and says he's getting a divorce, he's still married. Leave him alone. Words of Stephen. He's still married. Leave that man alone. Let him be. Let him go. Cut ties. Because I know if you're watching this video, you want to be married one day. And if you want to be married, you don't want to reap that. You don't want to go through that. I can't say I've ever been there, but I have been in a place, as I talked about in one of my videos, where my husband was communicating with a woman on his job. And the woman knew he was married. She knew that. But I couldn't blame her. Come here, every married woman. I couldn't blame her. I don't got no issue with her. My issue with you, because you know better. And I had to talk to my husband. I can sense and feel that his conversation with me was not the same. So you talking to somebody. Who are you talking to? And I'm here with your babies. What? I had to realize, what did I do to push you there? Uh-oh. I wasn't even going here. I'm almost done. What did I do to push you there? I was nagging and fussing a lot. Okay, I got it. Don't make it right what you did. But it's the most hurtful feeling to know that happened. It's the most hurtful feeling for the married woman to go through that because she didn't invest it a whole lot. But guess what, married woman? It's a hurtful feeling when he done set her up and made her think that you crazy, you done lost your mind, and you mean and you hateful and all you do is nag, and he just need to get to her for peace. And she thinking she his safe place and didn't realize that he put you through the same crap. Come here. So sis, he's lying. You find out how he lying though. The best way? Read this book. I pray you were encouraged. I pray you were empowered. I pray you go get this book, get the audio, listen to it. I can't share this man whole book because you got to invest. I had to invest in myself, so you got to invest in yourself as well. I invested, purchased this book. do the same, man. Purchase this dude book. But most of all, I pray that every single woman that is watching me hear my heart. Know that I love you. Know that you're not by yourself. You are not alone. I promise you, there's a God that loves you beyond measure. Not only is there a God that loves you beyond measures, but most of all, woman of God, hear me. Yes, you are a woman of God because you were designed and created in his image to walk in this thing called life. And guess what? If you are desiring to be married, you wait for God to send you your husband. You wait, but baby, make yourself available though. Remember that. Make it, as Brother Devin said, you can go in the inbox a little bit, just let him know you're a little interested. It's different now. Just let him know. You don't got to give him everything. You don't got to chase him, but eventually if he wants you, he'll come after you. Allow that man to come after you. Allow that man to love you like the woman you are. Allow him to love you like the diamond you are, like the ruby you are to God's eyes. Make sure you allow him to do that, but make sure he does it the right way. Get this as your guide. Get this as an understanding. A man that wrote about this to give you an understanding how to uncover the truth behind his words and his actions and watch your life be changed. I believe forever because I'm not even single, sis, and it changed my life. I'm up here like, what? Thank you, bruh. I appreciate it. Until next time, hey, stay blessed in all that you do. Stay encouraged. Most of all, single ladies, live your best life on purpose, in purpose, with purpose. Stay blessed in all you do. Bye.